Now, we can get into this special segment where we explore the dining experiences here at Grand Hyatt Indian Wells. We will be looking at Tía Carmen and the incredible experience that is in store for all guests, where you get a piece of the story and the piece of the life of celebrity chef Angelo Sosa. He's so engaged and so involved in the experience of everyone who dines, even everyone who walks into this resort. You see him walking the halls and he'll speak to you and he'll give you a hug. Carmocha is another tribute to Chef Angelo Sosa's aunt, Tía Carmen, and here you can go on a culinary journey where you get to enjoy Tía Carmen's love for food, travel, and adventure. Tía Carmen draws inspiration from Chef Angelo Sosa's aunt and pays homage to the beauty of the Southwest's stories, land, and farmers through a unique dining experience. Tía Carmen is open for breakfast and dinner. I am here with a special guest, Chef Angelo Sosa, celebrity chef Angelo Sosa. Thank you so much for your time.
Dennis, thank you for having me. Are you full? You just ate a whole meal.
Yes. We just finished eating. Incredible meal, phenomenal meal. I'm stuffed, but I really want to ask you some questions to just get a glimpse into your mind, your experience, and just this whole experience.
And we're under candlelight, right? How
under
romantic.
Candlelight. It's perfect, intimate setting. But let's start with each dish here at Tía Carmen.
Okay.
Each one tells a significant story.
That's right.
What is the inspiration behind the menu here at Tía Carmen, and how do you determine the creations that make the cut?
Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and it's really beautiful. So the story of Tía Carmen, I'm half Dominican, half Italian. My tia was my Dominican aunt.
Okay.
And as a 9-year-old boy, I grew up in a very small town in Connecticut, and we would gather my family, there would be 9 of us, and we'd go to Queens, New York, and pull up to my tia's house. My brothers and sisters would run through the living room. First of all, they would slam the door open, run through the living room, go past the kitchen, and go play outside. But as this very young, naive, and shy boy, I smelt the aromas of the guisado, the tostones, the bay leaf vinegar, and it was like a tug of war just pulling me into my tia's kitchen.
Yeah.
And I would just sit there and watch her for hours. And for many hours, you just have her back to me, right?
Yeah.
And be tearing the cilantro, having the little wine in her hand, dancing, listening to Juan Luis Guerra, and dripping a little wine in the guisado. So it was in that moment that I was like, she caught my eye. But the most beautiful thing, like a table that we're sitting at today, my tia on one side and my machismo Latino father on one side, on the other side, when it was time to eat, she wouldn't even touch her plates.
Really?
Right? Until she heard the laughter, the joy, or even just silence and the noise of like,
Yeah.
and right? And I would sit on the floor, just like a little puppy, gazing at this woman in complete awe, right? And it was in that moment, 9 years old, that I knew I wanted to become a chef. So Tía Carmen, we celebrate my tia, we celebrate the love, the passion, and more importantly, the reverence to the farmers, right? The small farmers, in reverence to the guests. So everything here that we serve is intentional. It's really about the intention of beauty and unity in the heartbeat of what we've created here, and that has to do with the team that we really want to highlight the valley and the beauty of the valley.
I love that. And it's such a beautiful glimpse into your story, your history, and the foundation of Tía Carmen and its existence here at Grand Hyatt Indian Wells.
That's right.
If you don't mind, would you provide some insight into each of the dishes that we had tonight?
Yeah, of course. All 50 dishes?
Oh, no. All 50 would be a lot. But no, just the handful that we tried.
Of course.
They were all phenomenal.
Okay.
So vibrant and dynamic.
Yeah.
And so, can we start with the pan frito?
Sure, I would love to. I think first and foremost, our culinary, like our mantra is here is like, I want people to feel an emotion, right? Like to feel transported to the point of where that dish, like you have to be so present to, right? So we started off with the first course with the pan frito. So the inspiration of the pan frito was, you know, because we are a contemporary Southwestern restaurant, paying reverence to the farmers, the artisans, and the land. So the pan frito is a takeoff of fried bread. So we use tapioca flour. We add some beautiful salted tortilla cheese, serrano chili, and then we add a beautiful house-churned chestnut butter with some fermented honey on top.
The honey, the glaze, just glaze it on.
Just keep glazing.
I love that. And the ember roasted purple yams, correct? Those were phenomenal.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Just like it just sends you on a journey.
Thank you. And I love that, right? And for me, you know, one thing, I spent some time in Oaxaca studying mole from Celia Floran, who is the queen of mole. So I had the honor for her to gift me that story and that process of making that. So with the mole, we take beautiful Japanese yams. We grill them on the embers of mesquite. When they're pitch black, we peel the jackets, okay? Right? And then we put some beautifully aged mole negro, but with the Tempari bean. The Tempari bean is indigenous to the Pima tribe, okay? So a little bit of the mole on the bottom.
Once extinct.
That is correct. Right? You're listening. Look at you.
Of course.
Right? So the mole on the bottom, those beautiful yams with that beautiful essence of the smoke of the mesquite. Heirloom carrots, a little cheese sauce, some burnt corn. It's very, very simple. But what's really beautiful is each dish has what's called a trinity, whether that be sweet, sour, salty, or bitter, umami, earthy. So this trinity we really want to bring to life for the guests.
Yeah, I think you did so successfully, beyond successfully. And it was really interesting, you know, with the pan frito, you had the sweet, the salty,
that's
that savory.
You nailed it right, and that's the trinity. So each dish will mimic a different trinity that we want to bring to the forefront.
And one of the, I think you asked about favorites. I think my number one favorite was the flute and banana. That trinity was incredible.
I like the lingo you're talking, so now you understand the trinity. So what's beautiful about this dish is we want to dazzle and dip and have that juxtaposition of modern meets old and old meets modern, the yin, the yang, the high, the low, the sweet, the sour, the bitter, the umami. So this is we have beautiful sashimi of flute served with this fatty, beautiful banana. So think of avocado and guacamole. It's rich, it's creamy, it's voluptuous, it's sexy. So you have this fish with the banana, with this beautiful, spicy, silky leche de tigre, and you're just seduced.
Things that I don't think many people have ever had all in one. The fish and the banana alone. Incredible. Also, the romaine salad with the
fried egg dressing.
Oh my gosh. A palate cleanser.
And I gave you the recipe.
You did.
I did. Okay.
I might have to take you on that, but it was such a refreshing and fresh. Like it looked like all of those things were just harvested today.
And that was, you nailed it right on the head, because what's beautiful about Tía Carmen and what my Tía meant to me and what my Tía means to the staff is just, we're relentless for bringing beauty to the table and to the plate. So really highlighting local farmers and beautiful products, right? The fresh romaine, the dill, the fennel, from getting those anise notes. And then we have that beautiful, creamy, fried egg dressing just brings that dish to life.
Yes, that dish is, I have to say, it's probably the second favorite. And for a salad, you know, that's, most people are, they shun at a salad, but it's
You're gonna dream really well tonight.
I am. And the tomahawk and yuca, oh my gosh. So the tomahawk, not only is it huge, but the cook on it, the love that's put into that, incredible. The yuca, and instead of mashed potatoes, yuca, brulee yuca at that. It's incredible.
And you know what's awesome about this, and I keep on using the word paying homage to, or reverence to, is really powerful for us.
Yes.
We want to be intentional with what we do in all of our actions. but that's more like primitive cooking, right? It's a piece of meat. We season it with a southwestern spice rub, chamoya chili, which is indigenous to New Mexico, sesame, turmeric, smoked paprika. We grill it on the mesquite, so all of that beautiful flavor just bathed in that smoke. And then hey, we got a little naughty tonight, I must admit, with the bone marrow butter on top, right? A little mole we brought into that. And the yuca. That's bringing a little bit more, again, the primitive, but also I couldn't keep the Dominican side out.
Yeah, never hide it.
Some of that cassava, and you get that gumminess, but the gumminess is beautiful, right?
It is. It really is. And it really transforms, I think, what's a classic for a lot of people, steak and potatoes. Elevate that and give it a cultural twist, right?
Yeah.
Finally, dessert.
Of course, we had to finish with the flan.
The flan.
The beautiful vanilla bean flan, very silken and very velvety and seductive in nature.
Yes.
We have some tequila caramel that really accents that. And then we just grate this beautiful Spanish 1 year age Manchego cheese.
The cheese just tops it all off.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's so light and fluffy. And it's almost like shaved ice.
Yes.
Have you ever had like Hawaiian shaved ice?
100%.
It reminds me of the texture.
It's like a snowflake.
Yes, it really is. I know the jewelry box is special.
The jewelry box is special. Again, I really want it. I was just thinking of my Tia as she was this young woman and getting ready for work. My Tia was somebody, if she was here, she would just, she would give you all of herself, give you more love, more drink, more dance, more jewelry, right? So I really want to get back to the heart of the matter, right? Of her being beautiful and feeling beautiful, because that's what I want people to feel is transformed here, right? Yeah. So we have the nopales macaroons, right? We have the guava with the puff pastry, and then we have the guimoy, which is the marshmallow passion fruit. So again, the Trinity, right? Which you know now, Dennis, right? And then the flan.
Each one of those told a story, and the flavors, the way they transform. I'm sorry, I just had to acknowledge that.
And let me just say something, like genuinely, like to see your smile, first of all, about the experience.
Yes.
That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's all that matters to us is how we make you feel, right? And if you notice, we greet you hand over the heart because you're a gift to us, right? Right?
Likewise here, seriously. The experience itself is a gift. And for you to share that story, that piece of your life with all of these guests, it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
It really is. Okay, and what has your experience been like here at Grand Hyatt Indian Wells? Not only preparing for this occasion, but just your history here in general.
Well, what I will say is I use the word when I think about this experience being here at the Grand Hyatt in Indian Wells, I think about the word gratitude. The team here is exceptional. The GM, Dan Johnson, he leads with graciousness, with kindness, with compassion, with direction. And this was actually very easy for us to, I feel like it's a garden, right? And when I talk about the garden, I also talk about the heartbeat. We protect that heartbeat and we protect what comes in and what goes out because we're feeding people metaphorically, spiritually, physically, right? And I think it's just an environment of beauty that we just care for people. So I believe we're a vortex within the valley. I believe this is something very special, and I really just want people to experience what we're doing here at the Grand Hyatt.
I love that. It's really a wholesome and familial approach to how everything operates here, and you feel that love when you walk in. How do you approach how do you approach leading the kitchen for such a prestigious resort?
I think, how do I lead? And it's taken me some time in my 30-year career to understand this is one, we lead with, it all begins with a vision. What is the intention of why we're here, right? And that for me is a very simple answer. Think of the word alchemy. This is an act of transformation. As you come into the experience, whether you're a guest, whether you're working here, whether you're a cook, whether you're a dishwasher, whether you're a server, a busser, and how you come out, it's transformative.
Yes, it
So I
is.
really want to transform the guest perceptions, the guest feelings, to inspire. And I want to transform. We have runners here as Kevin, Paula,
Yeah.
Yolanda, Miguel, servers that when we first met them, they were exactly where they needed to be, and we met them at that place. But every single day, they grew.
Better and better.
They grew.
Yeah.
They grew to the point of where they didn't recognize themselves today.
Wow.
So we want to do something special here, and it's an act of transformation is what it is.
Absolutely incredible. And finally, what is one of your favorite dishes from the menu, and something that you would recommend that all guests come in
Okay,
and
why
try?
are you putting me on the spot now? Dennis, I just
mean,
fed you. Okay, now you're
Who
putting me
better
on the
to
spot.
learn this from, right?
Okay. You know, when I think of my Tia, I think of her heart. And that dish for me is our chicken guisado.
Okay.
The guisado, all it is a stew, but it's not all that it is. We serve it in this beautiful vessel called a donabari. It's a Japanese ceramic vessel. It's a chicken stew, and we get our chicken from Petaluma up north in California, Northern California, and we braise the stew with bay leaf, thyme, chamoya chili, cumin. We braise it in olive juice. So the olive juice just tenderizes. The olive juice almost massages the chicken and bathes in it, where it just melts in your mouth. So that's a dish. In fact, that tonight I might just take that in my bed and eat it in bed. But it brings me back to home. So whatever part of the world you're from, it's home cooking, and it's like that soulful feel to it, right? And that's who we are, and that's what we're about.
Yeah. This becomes a second home for the guests who arrive here and undergo these transformative experiences.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Listen, I have a little treat for you.
Okay.
I want to walk you to the kitchen. I want to see what the guys are doing. Let's go for a walk,
All
okay?
right,
Come on.
let's go.
This is Hector.
Hi,
Dennis.
Hector. Dennis, nice to meet you.
Here you can see we have the beautiful garnish for the pan frito. We have some toasted couscous, some of the dried moss in succulents that we found on our foraging trip.
Yes, it's a work of art.
This is the fermented honey that we were talking about.
Yes, that goes on the pan frito.
Okay, and then here we have our chef, the chef that runs the kitchen day in and day out. This is Chef Daniel, and then here is our beautiful kitchen.
We've seen everyone working so diligently all night, and even earlier today on the end here, he was here this morning working we came through, and no one was here. And you know, everyone's just they greet you with a smile. It's really incredible.
It's got to be genuine, right?
Yeah.
You can't hide from that, right? We don't need to be cool. We don't need to be sexy. We need to be ourselves, right? And I think what's important to me and to the team and to our mantras is what we put on the plate matters.
Yes.
Right? And for us, we can't control what's happening in the world, but we can have social impact with what we put on the plate.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
it's an act of love. It's a frequency of love. And if we could spread that love, that's powerful to me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really is. It changes the world.
100%. Thank you so much.
Chef Angelo Sosa,
Thank you. You're
for
welcome. My
everything.
pleasure.
Please be sure to follow Chef Angelo Sosa, and thank you guys for tuning in. Go follow him.
Thank you.
Before we close out, I just want to say that I know we've gone through a range of different properties, hotels, resorts, and some of them might not be within reach for some people, not quite yet. However, I want to encourage you to continue to reach for your ambitions and goals, and never give up on those things. For me, this journey started about a year ago. I decided to do this YouTube channel, and I kind of manifested this hotel roundup experience. And my purpose and my intention in that was to deliver what people can expect to see and experience, and what they can look forward to in each of these places. And it is not lost on me that these things might not be within reach for everyone. It is my belief that we are all rich in one way or another, and we're all rich in ways that matter. It's beyond just money and financial wealth. It always resonates deeply with me when I'm able to connect with someone at a location and just get an understanding of who they are and some of their story and some of their experience, and being able to share that with you, the viewer, because I love learning about people and their cultures and our differences and the things that we have in common. There's always something to learn from someone. That's why I absolutely love that Chef Sosa took the time to speak with us and really dive into his story and what it is that he provides at Tía Carmen and Carmocha. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and comment, subscribe. In closing, I would like to thank C&R PRs, Satya, Matt, and Skylar for another invitation. This was a memorable weekend, and thank you to Chef Sosa for giving us a slice of your life, a slice of your story, and providing such warmth and hospitality. And that goes for the entire Grand Hyatt team here at the resort. All of you were amazing, took great care of not just me, but every guest here, and I could see that all over. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber, and I hope that you look forward to more like this in 2025. Bye.